of I Hate Golf. It's awesome. My name's Caleb. He's Mark. And how we doing?
Doing all right.
Yeah?
Long day, but we're doing all right.
Long week.
Yeah.
I just got back from Florida after 3 days, and I felt like I did more today than I did in those 3 days. So a lot of time in the car. You know, I spent probably 20-ish hours in the car, and I think all but maybe 2 of those were listening to golf podcasts and golf content. So I came back with a lot of good ideas.
Oh my god.
And then immediately got hit with reality this morning. So that was
Welcome back.
yeah, that was my morning. Kind of a rough start. What's been going on with you all week? I haven't really seen you much this week.
Just a lot of time in the shop this week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when you're in the shop, it doesn't feel like you get a lot done.
Yeah.
Even though actually do. You're interacting with a lot of people. You're hearing a lot of things, and you're explaining a lot of things. So it's really a great opportunity. But there's just times when you feel like, gee, I should be doing something.
You don't check a lot off your list. You
No.
just kind of keep adding things to the list.
Yeah.
And in your case, it's usually a physical list. And in fact, I saw it behind the counter.
Yes.
So
I think I had one thing checked off my list.
yeah. No, I checked off the second thing today. So
There we go.
I did that for you. But yeah, just dealing with kind of an odd January here at Old English Trail. Weather doesn't really know what to do. We got like a weird couple rain showers this afternoon. You know, it's been cold today. It's warmed up quite a bit, and I think it's starting tomorrow. It's going to drop back down. So we don't really know what to do with that. The golfers don't know what to do with it. And
At least we're not at Monterey Peninsula.
yeah. Although they got that rebuilt very, very quickly. So
no budget issues there.
No, that was going to get fixed quickly, and it did. But yeah, you know, the whole West Coast is kind of dealing with some strange weather. It's cool to see the pictures of, you know, the big cypress trees and the waves going up over it, and you know, seeing, that's 150 feet tall. It's like, wow, that's not fun to deal with. I saw someone posted a video of Cypress Point. It was like, would you play in these conditions if you were offered? It's like, duh. It's like, I'd be out there raking bunkers in that if they asked me to. It's like, that's a no-brainer. So yeah, it's you know, the golf PGA Tour is ramping back up. I don't know when Live starts. I really have no idea. Is that starting soon?
I think I heard March.
March. Yeah, that makes more sense. Did you see the trailer for Netflix's golf show? The trailer came out, I think, 2 days ago.
I did not.
Yeah, it's called Full Swing. It's not the greatest name in the world, but it's from the people that created Formula One Drive to Survive. So filmmaking, they're great at. Naming things, not so great. But it'll definitely be interesting. You know, the big point in that everyone pointed out was Poulter talking, you know, saying you picked a heck of a year to start following the tour, which, you know, whether they could really see that coming is like, yeah, kinda. But it'll be interesting because there are so many people involved with the show that ended up making the switch from PGA to Live. You know, it'll be interesting to see how much of that they actually show. I never watched the Formula One thing. I have enough sports to watch. I don't need to add another sport. You know, that's not really my interest. But, you know, everything I've seen about it is they are really good filmmakers and storytellers. So it'll definitely be I think it starts February 15th. Is when the first episode will drop, so it'll definitely be something to watch and give us something to talk about, you know, whether it's good or bad.
That means I have to watch it.
Yeah, that means you have homework. It means I'm not the only one watching golf.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to watch the second year of the new tour to see the transition and what, you know, because all the doomsday predictions,
right.
And you know, and then it's like, I think I sent you the notice I was reading and had a chuckle of all the PGA Tour players asking to have an exemption to go play in the Saudi-sponsored tournament. That evil money, apparently. I don't know what happened, but apparently it's okay now.
Yeah, it was, I was listening, like I said, I'd spent 20 hours listening to podcasts, so I have that in my head. And I was listening to one with Tom Doak talking about the opportunity side of the Saudi money, not just, with the Live Golf Tour, but the fact that, a lot of the guys that went to that tour, it's like you're probably going to see their names start popping up on golf courses in Saudi Arabia in the next couple of years. They have something like 32 courses they're planning on building in the country, and they only have 3 of them built. So definitely going to see Greg Norman, Jack Nicklaus. They're already involved with courses there, but you're going to see guys that haven't had the opportunity to be a part of golf course design start putting their name out there.
I would guess guys with the recognizable name, somebody like Sergio or someone like that, is going to jump into that.
Obviously, it'll be, I think probably they'll at least at first lean into more of the guys on the European side, because, Saudi Arabia is kind of trying to not copy, but essentially do what Dubai did and become a big, winter destination for people in Europe. And, building 32 golf courses is definitely a way to do that.
It's way more information than I need to know.
Like I said,
about Saudi golf.
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. So, you wanted to talk a little bit today about some kind of more on the course things. The last we talked, do you remember talking about that?
Yes, I do. It kind of popped into my head, and like I said, there's a lot of time in the shop and talking to different people, and again recognizing how most golfers start playing golf. It's kind of at an age where they go out and they buy a set of golf clubs and they just start playing. I've seen that example a few times just in the last couple of days, where someone's coming out with a buddy, they're going to the driving range, they're hitting balls, they brought a new set of clubs, and that's great, that's awesome. But the issue is they know nothing about the golf course, and what's expected is, I hate to use the word etiquette, but it's kind of etiquette scenario of, what's expected of you, what you do, what you don't do at a golf course, those types of things, and just realizing there's so many people that don't even know the basics of that it's kind of, I tend to forget that because, we've been teaching kids for 30, 40 years now, and the first couple of sessions while they're learning how to swing a golf club, they're learning what's expected of them on the golf course. It's like you wouldn't consider taking a big divot out of a par 3 tee box and not somehow fixing it, whether you're up north and you put the dirt back, or you're in the south and you fill it with sand. But as looking at our golf course, that's not really common around here. So, and that's kind of, okay, do you beat people up? No, that doesn't work. You don't try to embarrass anyone, but it's an education process. And then if they don't want educated, then you say, yeah, go do that to someone else's golf course. Yeah. But no, I think that's just thinking about that this week and talking and interacting with a lot of people. It's basically what's expected of me when I go to a golf course. How am I supposed to behave? And you can see there's just a lot of people have never heard those guidelines. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's, I feel like we've tried to be very, welcoming of, anyone that wants to come out and play golf. The one stipulation that we have for everyone isn't, no, collared shirts or no music in the carts. It's just respect the golf course. It's like, it's as simple as that. And that goes for, the guys that are playing for the first time or the 10th time or the 10,000th time. It's right. Like, if you don't want to, respect the golf course, then that's, we don't really want you here.
Which that also includes, you stretch that out, it's to include, you're respecting the other golfers. Mm-hmm. So what you do on a golf course is going to impact other people.
Right.
So you have to be aware of that, as well as the staff. It's like every golf course has a staff, typically, most of them hopefully, that's working very hard to make that possible for you. And it's important to recognize that. And it's like, no, they don't need a pat on the back. It's just, no, they just want you to do what's expected of you, to help the process. It's like, you talk about Monterey Peninsula. It's like, yeah, and I'm sure everyone follows the rules, but a place like that, you don't have to, because you have 60 staff members taking care of everything.
Right.
But at the same time, it's probably golfers that know exactly what's expected of them, and they perform.
Right.
So it's kind of an interesting process. One of the reasons that it's when I do the free clinics Saturday mornings now, it's starting to introduce those things. As I see people who haven't played a lot of golf, they want to enjoy it, and we show them some things with their golf swing that they enjoy it because they hit the ball better. That's always fun. It's like, okay, now here's something you could do in that process to make it more enjoyable for everyone. If you have to let people know, it's like you can't go out there and play 9 holes and take 3 hours.
Yeah.
And that still happens. So it's, if someone's getting started, you can still go out there and play. It's like you can create a rule. One of the things I always told people, after 5 swings, take your ball and put it on the green and putt.
Yeah.
And you speed the process up. You get to be out there, because what happens a lot of times, that person, they're noticing, hey, I'm holding things up, and I'm awful, and I'm slow, so it's not enjoyable.
No.
And they don't want to come back. So come up with ways to get past that for them to help them out.
Yeah, it becomes, whether it's embarrassing or just miserable, it's like, I'm not going to name names, but,
Blisters.
Yeah. It's like I've out there cleaning carts, and I'll see a 12 and a 13 written on the card, and it's just like, that's not fun. At a certain point, you just got to move on.
They miss the extra point.
It's not your day. And, it is hard because, I think golf still it's gotten better, but I think golf still does have a certain level of intimidation to it. I think the whole, idea of golf is a rich man's sport, and it's, this pompous thing. I think that's pretty overblown. But going to a golf course is, kind of intimidating if you've never done it before, because it is kind of when you actually think about it and break down all the parts, it is a kind of strange thing that you're going to do. You're showing up to a clubhouse and paying someone, and then going out on a course, and, you may or may not see anyone for 3 hours. And you're
thinking, wow, nobody's out here. There's no rules.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and putting rules on the back of a scorecard obviously doesn't work. Nah. So
I've always said, it's like, if there's one thing that's wasted on a golf course, it's a sign.
Yeah.
No one will ever read your sign.
Well,
if they do, they just laugh at it.
Well, the only good thing a sign does is occasionally it'll get in the way. It's until someone runs it over. But yeah, it is, it's not so much about knowing every single little rule of golf, because half the rules of golf are just stupid. And, most people that are going out and playing aren't playing by the USGA golf rules. It's like, that's why I kind of laugh every beginning of the year. You see, okay, these are the 6 new USGA golf rules. And it's like, is anyone paying attention to those? It's like, no. It's like, yeah, the guys that are playing in tournaments and mid-ams and stuff like that, it's like, that might be important to them. But do you need to send out an email blast to the guy that has a 30 handicap that's playing 2 times a month? It's like, I don't think that really matters that much. But yeah, it is, it is kind of going back to the whole, respect of the golf course thing. To me, it's like, it's really disappointing for me, because I've spent so much time, working on the bunkers and stuff like that. There's nothing more, infuriating than finishing and going back out to a hole, and I know I was there 5 minutes ago, and there's 2 sets of footprints going right past 3 different rakes, and it's like, that sucks. That really sucks, because you're not only saying I don't care about the course, you're also saying I don't care about anyone behind me. It's like, this is about me. It's like, that just sucks.
Yeah, to me, that's the important rules for the recreational golfer are the rules that connect with everyone out there.
Yeah.
Just like that. Mm-hmm. It's like you're in someone's heel print. It's like, plus it's like, it's just like, come on, just take 15 seconds, 10 seconds, ball marks on the green.
Yep.
The same way. It's like, no, it's not your way, but guess what? The guy behind you or two groups back, after 4 or 5 people do it, especially as we start digging into our greens and working on them this spring, that's the kind of stuff and again, it makes it better for you the next time you come out and play, because it allows the golf course to get better.
Yeah.
As you know, one of my huge pet peeves, it's kind of like monkey see, monkey do. It's like the cart path that's been worn in the grass because for some reason everyone needs to go in the same place.
Yeah.
And that makes me crazy. It's just, you didn't have to walk an extra step.
Yeah.
You just had to turn the cartwheel a little differently. And it's like, we can't do that.
Well, and it's gotten so bad now that you've got companies that are making $25,000 a year off a golf course to install GPS on carts.
To shut you down.
Yeah,
so
just,
you can't do it.
just so you literally can't do it. And it's like, even then, I'm sure people figure out a way to get away with it. And it's like following the same exact path. But yeah, it's the attitude. And honestly, I don't know exactly how to fix it. Unless you have a ranger on every hole, or you're just going to follow someone around all day.
Well,
it's
and the reality is, having done this at a lot of golf courses, it happens kind of everywhere.
Yeah,
it's a little exaggerated here because this was like a free range chicken site. It's just like everyone went and did what they wanted to do. But no, I remember one golf course, it's like the cart path went around to the right of the tee, and within 2 weeks, there was a dead strip left of it because it's just, no, let's just drive there. It's the same amount of steps from either side of the tee, and you just killed the grass.
Yeah.
And my thought is like, do you really like the looks of that?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice if that was grass and the golf course looked better?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, and the best thing is someone then complaining about it is like, why does that look like crap? It's like, well, you want to talk about it? It's just.
So yeah, it's just, to me, those are, and again, it's kind of everywhere. And I tend to be generous and think probably most people don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I've been out on the golf course a lot, and I'll come over to someone and said, hey, here's what we're trying to do. And they're like, oh, okay. And then there's the people that they say, oh, okay. And you see them on the next hole doing the same thing.
Well, it's like I have the perfect example of this, actually. I said I just came back from Florida. First thing I did when I got down to the golf course was I went out on the course to get some photos. The second hole I get to, I see, people drive the cart pass on the left, driving up the back right side of the green. And it's like, there's really nowhere to go once you get to the back of the green. So sure enough, the lady pulls and she parks on the green. I mean, not on the fringe, but on the actual green. So I just kind of stopped and watched and took a picture of it. And I saw the ranger coming, so I kind of let him know. Sure enough, they did the same thing 2 holes later. And it's like, it was a situation where it was a lady that had never played golf before, but she was playing with 3 other people that had. Right. And no one said anything.
Right.
Because they didn't really care.
Right.
It was just, it was used as an excuse. And it's like shame on you guys for not telling her. It's like, because she got in trouble.
Well, yeah, if you park so close to the green, if you fall out and leave a divot with your nose, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I think even, I don't know, I remember I read it a few years ago, USGA recommendation, even on a handicap flag, is there's still distance from the green.
Right.
Except in extreme cases, and that's fine. But, it's like I always watch the guy walk 100 feet from the parking lot into the clubhouse up the steps and get a key and go walk out the back and take a cart to his car, but yet he can't walk from the cart path to the green.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I don't understand that.
Yeah, and it's, we're not talking about extreme cases where we have 40 yards, you have to walk back to a tee up 6 flights of stairs. It's just, it's really simple. And it seems like it's complicated, but it's not. So,
yeah, it's just, and it's a part of it is, creating that feeling that, hey, this is we're doing this for you too.
Right.
It's like, it's like I told someone last week, it's like, we put a new floor in the clubhouse. It's like, yes, we absolutely want to take pride in the place that we're at, and that's what we do.
Yeah. Sorry, we got thrown off a little bit there for a second. Someone's pulling up. But yeah, it's there's a lot that goes into. You want to take a break for a second?
Yeah, we should do that.
We should take a break for a second.
I don't want to see our equipment leaving the course.
we'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. We wanted to, like you said, make sure our equipment wasn't driving off in the trailer. Yeah, we're good. This is I guess a known turnaround spot, unfortunately. But yeah, we're good here. And if you did watch last week's episode, you will notice that we also took a break then, and I forgot to press record on the audio. So sorry for the terrible audio on the second half of that episode. That was my fault.
You got one job.
I have too many jobs. That's the problem. But yeah, I wanted to give a couple quick updates. We do have the Saturday morning free lesson series that you're doing that starts at 10:30. So if you're listening in your local, or if you just really like driving, definitely come out. How much does that cost?
It's free.
Oh yeah, it's free. So that's Saturday mornings at 10:30. You can just come in the clubhouse or just head right out to the driving range. And then the other,
and you will learn something about your golf swing.
Right.
It's not a cookie cutter thing where everyone, okay, let's all do this. It's not synchronized swimming. Mm-hmm. It's specifically something that you're going to get that you can work on to help your swing and your game.
Synchronized swimming might be a good, lesson.
Fun to watch.
We could do that in the summers at the pool. That's a good idea.
I'll let you teach that.
And Tuesday nights, 6:00 under the lights on the putting green is the Tuesday night putt around. So that's what, $10? $10, and you get a sandwich and a drink and prize money if you win.
If you one of the top 3 or 4, yeah.
If you come in, as you like to write on the board, first or not first or not first. Yeah, there's no second, third. What else do you want to talk about as far as the golf course, life, television?
Well, I think I mentioned after 25 years, there's a new floor in the clubhouse.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's 25 years this year that this place has been here.
We'd already done the golf shop.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd done an office area upstairs,
mm-hmm.
and we'd done the kitchen,
mm-hmm.
and we'd cleaned up the bathroom floors,
mm-hmm. and
we were waiting for this monstrosity of 1,600 square foot floor.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, and it's like so amazing, the difference. It's incredible. It really is.
Right. And I think we did mention this on a podcast before, but it is worth repeating that it's.
Oh, absolutely.
It's totally different in here.
There's some people that have come in and they came back in again to say it again. They're shocked.
Yeah, it's obviously a dramatic improvement. It looks like a different place in here now, and it's, I think it's something we're both proud of.
Well, and what I've been telling people, it's like that's why we're so eager to get to the growing season,
mm-hmm.
so we can make this kind of thing happen on the golf course with the turf. And it's, as I said when we got here, it's like, no, you can't spend 2 nights and put a new floor in on the golf course.
Right.
That's 24, 36 months or even longer to get it where you want, but to get it close enough to where you can take that pride in it and say, okay, this is awesome.
Right.
It's like another growing season. I think it's going to be dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
We now have brought in probably most of the equipment we need. We've discussed that, and we're in good shape, and we're ready to get going. So, yeah, I think we're both excited about getting that 60 degrees at night where things start growing.
We're both excited. Yes.
Did I say something wrong?
No. I am obviously excited about doing it, but thinking about the actual logistics of everything is doesn't keep me up at night, but I'm excited to just kind of get there. The anticipation is killing me, I think.
Yeah, you'll get over that in a hurry from those 6 in the morning to 9 at nights.
Yeah, that's
can't wait for December.
Yeah, I feel like by probably March 15th I'll be thinking, is it winter yet? when does football season
Yeah,
start?
it'll be fun because what's really neat about it is it's just like this. You actually see
Right.
the benefit of your effort, and that's what's, it's kind of like the standing back and admiring your handiwork.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, and like you mentioned about the equipment part, we're so much more capable now. We're so better set up to actually get projects done. And it's like, I think that's one of the things I like the most about doing the floor in here. It was just let's do it and we're done. And that's over now. It's like the golf course is always going to be different because there is, no matter what you do, there is, continual maintenance that needs to be done.
Right.
But there are some big projects that we're going to be working on that are going to be, okay, we're going to do this for this week. And then after that, we're done.
Right.
We will still have to continue with it, but we'll be able to actually accomplish things instead of just, I feel like we have been trying to, kind of play catch up. And it's like you always mentioned to me, it's like we're always going to be trying to play catch up. We're always going to be not behind on things, but, if we don't stay right on top of them, that's how you get
Right.
behind.
Well, and I put a little plug in here. It's like the 25-year anniversary of we now get rid of the granite monuments finally
Yeah.
on the tee boxes. So, hey, if you live on the golf course, if you want one of them, come and have one. You can have it. It's like the old crossings with the yardage and the whole diagram that we're moving past that into a little more probably rustic feel to our theme of what we're doing.
Yeah.
A different look completely. That does have the granite markers have, 1992 written all over them. That's what they look like. And that's fine. They were great. But if you make any changes at all, it's like, we have a granite monument that doesn't fit the hole anymore.
Well, it's like not only does it have the wrong name, it has the wrong layout, it has the wrong yardages. It's like, besides that, they're great. But, but yeah, what we've done on 1, 10, and 15 will be pretty soon here, moving to do that throughout the course. So.
They would make a great souvenir for your garden. I don't think they're going to fit inside.
No, don't try to take them inside.
You might be able to figure out how to put one out front and attach your mailbox to it. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
be pretty unique, that's for sure.
Yeah, it would absolutely be unique. I hadn't thought about that. But yeah, good yard monument to have, front yard or back,
Maybe you could bury a set of old golf clubs next to them that you didn't like anymore or something.
Golfers don't throw things out. They just put them in the garage.
They just sell them and buy new.
Oh, speaking of new, I got my new driver in. I'm pretty excited about that.
And that driver is?
The Callaway Paradigm. Yes, I am fortunate. I am on Callaway's staff for 2023. I need to do things like say that I am very excited to be on Callaway's staff for 2023. So hopefully I will be for 2024. Absolutely. I just got a new driver.
Just checking.
It might be 3 weeks before I get to
running
hit
for office or something.
No, it might be a little while before I get to actually use it, but it looks pretty. It's
I'll admit that it's a very, very good looking golf club.
Yeah, so I'm excited
because
about that.
In the past I don't want to upset anyone, but they've had a couple that I wasn't really thrilled with.
Oh, it's okay. I can edit this out.
But this is really an awesome looking golf club.
Yeah, they did a good job. Couple weeks now, I'll be heading down to Orlando for the PGA show. I've heard rumors that the PGA show is back, that it's actually going to be a good year. I don't know if that's true.
Well, I'm trying to think, what will I be doing that week? Oh, I'll be here in the shop. That's right.
Hey, I asked you if you wanted to go this year. You don't want to go
you
talk
had your
to
reservations and everything. Oh, did you want to go?
Well, I can't go to Don Pablo's anymore. If there was still Don Pablo's, you would have gone, and you know it.
Absolutely.
So that's unfortunate. But no, I'm excited. I've already talked to a few people about sitting down with them, and people we've worked with before, people we're hoping to work with in the future. So it should be a good week.
That'll give you a bucket full of information to talk about.
Oh yeah,
once you go through that process.
Yeah, that'll be fun to talk about that when we come back. Anything else you wanted to touch on today?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we're gonna get out of here. As always, please subscribe on YouTube. podcast. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much everywhere else. Subscribe on there, so when a new episode comes out, it'll just download automatically to your phone or your, device of choice. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. The @ is IHGIA19. That stands for I Hate Golf. It's awesome if you couldn't figure that out. I think that's about it. We're gonna get out of here, and thanks for listening to another episode of I Hate Golf. It's awesome.